What if I told you that the last 10 minutes before you fall asleep are the most important 10 minutes of your entire day? That this tiny window of time is the key to unlocking everything you want, and that almost everyone is wasting it, scrolling on their phone until their brain shuts off. If you feel like you're working hard but not getting where you want to be, this one change might be the only thing you're missing. We spend so much time trying to control our waking hours. We make plans, we set goals, we push through the day, but then night comes and we just collapse. We let the day's chaos, the stress, the worry, the last thing we saw on a screen, we let all of that be the final input into our mind before we go offline for 8 hours. Our subconscious mind doesn't sleep. It takes that final input, that chaos, and it spends the whole night processing it. And then we wake up wondering why we feel the same anxiety, the same lack of focus, the same resistance. It's because we never gave our mind a clear direction. We never told it what to work on. But there is another way. The problem is this: passive reception. We are not conscious of what we allow into our minds at the most impressionable time. You wouldn't eat a big greasy meal right before bed and expect to feel light and energetic in the morning. So why do we feed our minds a feast of anxiety, other people's lives, news, and work stress right before we sleep? We are programming ourselves for more of the same. Every single night, we are telling our deepest self that this chaos, this worry, is what we want to manifest. And so it does. The cycle continues. But this cycle can be broken, not with more daytime effort, but with a different kind of nighttime surrender. To understand the ritual, you must first understand what happens at night. When you sleep, your conscious mind, the part that analyzes and worries and plans, it goes quiet, it takes a rest. But the subconscious, the part that controls your habits, your deep-seated beliefs, your automatic thoughts, it becomes incredibly active. It's like a computer running system updates and diagnostics while nobody is using it. It's sorting through the data of the day. It's solidifying memories. But most importantly, it's reinforcing whatever emotional state you were in before you fell asleep. If you went to bed worried about money, your subconscious accepts that as a core truth and will work all night to find more evidence for it, to align your behaviors with someone who lacks money. If you went to bed feeling grateful and focused on a goal, it works to find evidence and opportunities for that. You are essentially giving your subconscious its marching orders for the night. The question is, what orders are you giving it? The first step is cutting the noise. This cannot happen if you are connected to the outside world. The first and most non-negotiable part of this ritual is to put the phone away, not next to your bed. In another room, the light from the screen, the endless stream of information, it's like shouting at your mind when it's trying to whisper. It creates mental static. It keeps the conscious mind engaged in a fight it doesn't need to fight. By putting the phone away at least 30 minutes before you intend to sleep, you are drawing a clear line. You are saying, the day is over. The world's problems are not my problems right now. My time now belongs to me. This act alone is a powerful declaration of self-control. It's you taking command of your own mental space. Without this, the rest of the ritual is much harder. The outside world is loud. Your inner world needs quiet to be heard, and this is where the real work begins. Not with adding something new, but with taking away the biggest source of interference. Think of your mind as a clear, still pond. Throughout the day, stones are thrown into it emails, messages, news, conversations, tasks, each one creating ripples that disturb the surface. The goal of the evening is to let the pond become still again, to let the sediment settle so you can see clearly to the bottom. But if you keep throwing stones in right up until the moment you try to sleep, the water is murky and chaotic. You are trying to find peace in a storm. You are still actively creating. The device in your hand is not just a stone. It's a constant rushing waterfall of information pouring into your pond. You must turn off the waterfall. This is the foundation. Everything else you try to build without this foundation is built on sand. It will not hold the resistance you feel to doing this. That "I'll just check one more thing" feeling is exactly the proof you need that it is necessary. That resistance is the old pattern fighting for its life. It is the part of you that is addicted to the noise because the noise is familiar. The silence is unknown. The silence means you might have to actually be with yourself. And for many people that is a terrifying prospect. But on the other side of that fear is everything you are looking for. The clarity, the direction, the sense of calm power. It all starts by creating a vacuum, an empty space. By removing the noise, you are not just creating silence. You are creating potential. You are making room for something new to enter. Nature abhors a vacuum, and so does the mind. If you create an empty space, something will always come to fill it. The question is, will you let it be filled by the same old noise, or will you consciously choose what to put in that space? This ritual is about making that choice. It begins by decisively ending the input from the outside world. This is a boundary you set for yourself. It is an act of self-respect. You are telling yourself that your peace is more important than that one last scroll. Your future is more important than that one last email. Your mental clarity is more valuable than any piece of information that could possibly be delivered to you after 9 p.m. There is nothing so urgent that it cannot wait until the morning. The world will continue to turn without your constant engagement. In fact, your engagement will be far more powerful and effective tomorrow if you give yourself this gift of disconnection tonight. This is about trading the illusion of connection for the reality of connection. Connection to yourself. When you put that phone in another room, you are not missing out. You are opting in. You are opting into a conversation with yourself that is long overdue. You are giving your mind the signal that it is safe to lower its defenses, to stop processing threats, and to begin the real work of integration and healing. The light from the screens, especially the blue light, is not just mentally stimulating. It is biologically confusing. It tricks your brain into thinking it is still daytime, suppressing the melatonin that tells your body it is time to sleep. So, you are fighting your own biology. You are trying to force a state of rest, while simultaneously feeding your system signals of alertness. It will never work. You must become the ally of your biology, not its adversary. Work with the natural rhythms of your body, not against them. The setting of the sun is a natural cue to begin to slow down. The artificial sun in your hand disrupts this ancient hardwired process. So see this not as a punishment or a restriction, but as a return to what is natural. You are not giving up your phone. You are reclaiming your sleep. You are reclaiming your mind. You are reclaiming the power to direct your own life from a place of rest and clarity, rather than reacting from a place of fatigue and overload. This single action, repeated night after night, begins to rewire your nervous system. It teaches your body and mind that there is a time for action and a time for rest. and that the two are separate. This clarity then begins to seep into your days. You will find yourself less compelled to check your phone constantly because you have practiced the muscle of disconnection. You have proven to yourself that you can survive and even thrive without being plugged in every second. This creates a sense of inner confidence that no amount of external validation can match. You are building your own internal reference point for peace, so you are no longer so tossed about by the external world. The storms may rage outside, but you have built an inner sanctuary that cannot be disturbed. And it all starts with this one simple, profound, non-negotiable act. Put the phone away, create the silence, make the space. The magic cannot happen without it. Review the day without judgment. Once you have quiet, the next step is to look back. But this is not about beating yourself up. So often our nighttime thoughts are full of regret. I shouldn't have said that. I didn't get enough done. I failed today. This is the worst possible input. Instead, you must learn to review the day like a neutral observer. Sit or lie down and simply replay the day's events in your mind. See them like scenes from a movie. When you see a moment where you reacted with anger or where you were lazy, don't judge it. Just see it. Acknowledge it. Ah, I see. At 3 p.m. I became impatient. And then just as calmly, find the moments where you were strong, where you showed patience, where you completed a task, where you were kind. The purpose is not to create guilt or pride. The purpose is to see the day clearly, to accept it for what it was, and to let it go. This process drains the day of its emotional charge. It allows you to close the book on today, so you are not carrying its weight into tomorrow. This is where you take the stillness you have created and you use it to clean the slate. The day is over. It is done. It cannot be changed. But how you relate to it can be changed completely. Most people drag the day into bed with them. They rehearse their arguments, they relive their embarrassments, they count their failures. This is like trying to sleep in a room filled with yesterday's trash. It smells, it's uncomfortable, and it prevents anything new and fresh from entering. This review is about taking out the trash, but you do it not with anger or frustration, but with a gentle and neutral hand. You are simply noticing what is there. You are the witness to your own life. Imagine you are a scientist studying the behavior of an interesting subject. There is no moral judgment in science, only observation and curiosity. You wouldn't yell at a volcano for erupting. You would just note the data and adjust your plans accordingly. That is the attitude to bring to this practice. Fascinating. Today, when my plans were interrupted, I noticed a feeling of tightness in my chest and a desire to snap at someone. Interesting response. There is no need to then say, and that makes me a bad person. That extra layer of judgment is what causes the suffering, not the initial reaction. The initial reaction is just old programming, a habit of mind. By seeing it without the judgment, you rob it of its power. You are simply seeing the program run. And in that seeing, you are already beginning to step outside of it. You are not the program. You are the one watching the program. This shift in perspective is everything. Then, with the same neutral curiosity, you turn your attention to what went well. This is not about forcing positivity or pretending something was great when it wasn't. It is about training your mind to see the whole picture. The mind has a natural negativity bias. It's wired to look for threats and problems to keep you safe. This was useful for survival on the savannah, but it's terrible for peace of mind in modern life. It means you will naturally overlook 100 small good things, and focus on one slightly bad thing. This review is a conscious correction of that bias. You are manually adjusting the lens to bring the entire picture into focus. I also see that I finished that report, even though I didn't want to. I spoke kindly to the cashier at the coffee shop. I took a deep breath when I felt stressed. These are not small things. These are victories. They are evidence of your strength breaking through the old patterns. When you acknowledge them without inflating them with pride, you are simply collecting data on what works. You are noting, when I remember to breathe, the stress feels less powerful. Good to know. You are building a new database of evidence for your own competence and goodness, to counterbalance the old database of failure that your mind loves to consult. This balanced review, seeing what was difficult and what was good, without judgment, allows the day to become complete. It's like balancing the books of your mind. All the energies that were spent, all the emotions that were felt are now accounted for. They are seen and acknowledged. Nothing is left lurking in the shadows, waiting to haunt you in your dreams or ambush you as anxiety first thing in the morning. The day is integrated. It is finished. You can now let it go completely. You can say to yourself, that was today, it is now over. I have learned what I can learn from it. I release it. This creates a clean ending. It allows for a true beginning tomorrow. Without this, today bleeds into tomorrow, and yesterday bleeds into today. You are living in a blur of time where nothing ever really starts or finishes. This practice creates a powerful punctuation mark at the end of your day. It is the period at the end of the sentence. The page is turned. The book is closed. You are now free to rest in the empty, peaceful space between the chapters, trusting that the next chapter will begin fresh in the morning. This is how you stop the past from dictating the future. You honor the past by learning from it, and then you release it, making way for the new to enter. The new cannot come if you are still clutching the old. This review is the process of gently opening your hands and letting go. Identify one thing to release. During this review, one thing will often stand out: a specific worry, a resentment you're holding onto, a mistake you can't stop thinking about. This is the anchor holding you in the past. The ritual requires you to consciously choose to release it. You must say to yourself, clearly, this thing, this feeling, does not serve me. I cannot change it now, therefore I release it. You are not saying it wasn't important. You are not saying it didn't hurt. You are simply acknowledging that clinging to it in this moment is useless. It is like holding a hot coal and expecting the other person to get burned. By consciously deciding to let it go, you are programming your subconscious to stop recycling that pain all night long. You are making space for something new. This act of release is not an act of weakness. It is the ultimate act of power. It is you taking command of your inner world and declaring that you will no longer be held hostage by a memory, by a feeling, by something that is already gone. The event is over. It exists now only as a story you tell yourself, a mental movie you keep replaying, and with each replay, you are not changing the past. You are only poisoning the present and jeopardizing the future. You are pouring energy into a black hole that gives nothing back. This thing you need to release is a debt that will never be paid. A battle that will never be won because it is already over. The only person still fighting is you, and the only person being hurt is you. The other people involved have likely moved on. They are sleeping peacefully while you are lying awake, keeping the wound fresh. This is why you must make the conscious choice. Your mind, left to its own devices, will always choose to chew on the problem. It mistakes worrying for solving. It thinks that by going over and over the same ground, it will eventually find a different outcome. But it won't. The outcome is fixed. The only thing that can change is your relationship to it. And that change begins with a decree, a firm, clear, spoken command from you to your own mind. You must use your voice, even if it's just a whisper. There is power in the spoken word that thought alone does not possess. It makes the intention real. It marks the moment. It is a line in the sand. When you say, I release this, you are not hoping to release it. You are not asking for permission to release it. You are doing it. You are exercising your divine right to let go of what is heavy and choose what is light. You are not condoning a wrong that was done to you. You are not saying it was okay. You are simply recognizing that your continued suffering is not punishing the other person. It is only punishing you. You are paying a price for something you did not even buy. So you stop paying. You cancel the subscription to that pain. You see the thought arise, and instead of following it down the familiar dark path, you simply label it for what it is, a ghost. It has no power unless you give it power. So you say, I see you. I acknowledge you, and I now release you. You are not welcome here anymore. You do not serve my peace. Therefore you must go. And then you imagine it dissolving. You can imagine it as a dark cloud leaving your body and floating away into the night sky. You can imagine it as a chain breaking and falling off your wrists. You can imagine it as a weight being lifted from your chest. Use whatever image feels powerful to you. The key is to feel the sensation of release. Feel the lightness that comes when you drop the burden you have been carrying. This is not make-believe. It is neural reprogramming. You are creating a new neural pathway that says, when this thought comes, I release it, instead of the old pathway that said, when this thought comes, I fall into it and drown. This is how you reclaim your energy. All the mental energy you were spending on holding on to this thing is now freed up. That energy can now be used to create, to build, to attract good into your life, instead of being wasted on maintaining a prison for yourself. The feeling of emptiness you might fear from letting it go is an illusion. Nature abhors a vacuum. When you release something old and stagnant, something new and fresh must rush in to take its place. But you have to create the empty space first. You have to let go of the old toy to receive the new one. This one act, performed consistently, will change your life more than almost anything else. It will teach you that you are not your thoughts. You are the thinker of your thoughts, and you have the power to evict any thought that is not serving your highest good. You are the landlord of your own mind, and it is time to start collecting rent from your tenants in the form of peace, joy, and love. Any tenant that is not paying its rent must be served an eviction notice. Tonight and every night you serve that notice. You take back your property. You declare your mental space a sacred place where only thoughts that build you up are allowed to reside. This is your birthright. Claim it. Plant a single seed for tomorrow. Now with that space created, you can plant a new instruction. This is not about making a long to-do list. That is for your daytime planning. This is about setting a direction for your being. Ask yourself a very simple question. What is the one quality I want to embody tomorrow? Do not choose an action like, I will write 10 pages. Choose a state of being. I want to move through tomorrow with calm focus. Or I want to be open and patient in my conversations. Or I want to feel gratitude for my health. Choose one single powerful quality. This is the seed you are planting. This is what you are giving to your subconscious to work on. It is a simple, clear, and emotional instruction. Your subconscious mind works best with clear emotional commands, not complex lists. This is where you move from reaction to creation. You are no longer just clearing out the old. You are actively planting the new. You are deciding in advance what kind of day you will have by deciding who you will be during that day. The outer circumstances are not in your full control, but your inner state is. So you choose this state, you claim it, you declare it as your truth for the next 24 hours. This is not a hope or a wish, it is a command. You are speaking your word into the substance of your own soul. You are saying, tomorrow, this is who I am. And because you say it in that quiet, powerful space, just before sleep, your subconscious mind, which is most receptive then, accepts it as a law. It takes that instruction and begins to work on it immediately, all night long, while you sleep. It is arranging events, aligning opportunities, and preparing your nervous system to naturally express that quality. It is finding the people you will need to meet and putting you on their path. It is softening your voice, slowing your breath, and opening your heart to be a perfect vessel for calm, or for patience, or for joy. You are not doing the work. You are setting the intention, and the infinite intelligence within you does the work. This is why it must be a quality of being, not a specific action. If you say, I will get a promotion tomorrow, you are trying to force a specific outcome, and you may be disappointed. But if you say, I will move through my day with confidence and competence, you are programming the energy you will carry, and that energy of confidence and competence will naturally attract a promotion or something even better at the perfect time. You are working with the law of attraction at its most fundamental level. You are becoming the vibration of what you want to attract. You are not asking for things, you are becoming the person for whom those things are natural. So you choose your word carefully. You feel it. You don't just think it. You sink into the feeling of what it would be like to already be that person. If your word is peace, you feel peace washing over you right now. You feel your muscles relax. You feel your mind quiet. You generate the feeling. That feeling is the seed. You are impregnating the future with that feeling. You are giving the universe something to work with. A clear, powerful, emotional signal. And the universe always responds to a clear signal. It must. It is law. So you plant just one seed, one powerful seed. Do not scatter a handful of different seeds and hope one grows. That creates confusion. Your subconscious is a faithful servant. If you give it 10 commands, it will try to do all 10 and will likely become overwhelmed. But if you give it one clear, emotional command, it will focus all its immense power on fulfilling that one thing. And because you have released the old junk, you have tilled the soil and made it fertile. The seed has room to grow. It will push its roots down deep into the darkness of your subconscious and break forth into the sunlight of your tomorrow. You will wake up with that quality already humming within you. You might not even remember consciously that you planted the seed, but you will feel it. You will find yourself being patient in a traffic jam. You will find yourself feeling grateful for your morning coffee. You will find yourself speaking with clarity in a meeting. It will feel natural because it is who you decided to be before the day even began. You are no longer at the mercy of whatever the day throws at you. You have set your inner compass. No matter which way the winds blow, you are moving in the direction of your chosen state of being. This is the secret to manifesting a life you love. It starts not with doing, but with being, and it starts the night before. Visualize the state, not just the outcome. Most people are told to visualize their goals. They try to picture the car, the house, the perfect body. But this can create a feeling of lack because you are focusing on what you don't have. A more powerful way is to visualize the state of being that having that thing will bring. If you want success, don't just picture the money. Close your eyes and spend 1 minute truly feeling what it feels like to be a successful person. Feel the confidence in your chest. Feel the calm assurance as you move through your day. Feel the gratitude for the opportunities you have. Your subconscious responds to feeling. It is the language of the mind. By generating the feeling of the state you wish to inhabit, you are telling your subconscious, this is who I am, this is my reality. Find a way to make it so. In the waking world, you are embodying the result now, and your mind will work to make the outer world match your inner feeling. This shift from the external object to the internal state is the difference between begging and commanding. When you picture the car, you are on the outside looking in, and your feeling is one of desire, which is a feeling of not having. But when you feel the feeling of the person who already has that car, the security, the freedom, the joy of driving it on an open road, you are generating the vibration of having. You are living in the end result. And the law of the mind is that it must bring into your experience that which matches your dominant feeling and belief. You are not visualizing to get something. You are visualizing to become someone, and once you become that person, the things that belong to that person must naturally flow into your life. They have to. It would be inconsistent for them not to. So you must get very specific about the feeling. Don't just say, I want to be happy. What does happiness feel like in your body? Does it feel like a lightness in your chest? A smile that comes easily to your face? A sense of ease in your shoulders? Go there. Generate that sensation now. Right now before you sleep. Don't wait for the outside world to give you a reason to feel it. Create the feeling from within, and let the outside world rearrange itself to match that feeling. This is the secret that all the great teachers have tried to convey. It is not the thing itself that you want. It is the feeling that the thing will give you. So why not go straight to the feeling? Cut out the middleman. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Feel yourself into the state of already being that which you desire to be. If it is love you want, don't picture a perfect partner. Feel the feeling of being deeply loved. Feel the warmth in your heart. Feel the safety and the comfort of being cherished. Feel the excitement of sharing your life with someone. Generate that feeling now. Let it fill you up. Your subconscious mind, which does not know the difference between a real experience and one vividly imagined, will accept this feeling as your current reality. It will then work tirelessly to make your outer world conform to this inner truth. It will guide your actions, your words, and your decisions in a way that makes you a magnet for love. It will remove the desperation and the neediness that pushes love away, because you are already operating from a place of being full. You are coming from a place of having, not lacking. This is how you reverse the flow. Most people are trying to get something from the world, to feel a certain way. You are feeling a certain way, and then the world must respond. This is the position of power. This is the only creative position. So tonight, as you lie there in the quiet, do not see pictures on a screen in your mind. Go deeper. Go into the heart of the matter. Go into the feeling. What does it feel like to be debt-free? Not just to have a zero balance, but to feel the utter relief, the weightlessness, the freedom to choose how you spend your time without the constant anxiety of bills. Feel that. What does it feel like to be perfectly healthy and full of energy? Feel the vitality coursing through your veins. Feel the strength in your limbs. Feel the deep, restful sleep you enjoy. Feel that. What does it feel like to be deeply respected in your work? Feel the confidence when you speak. Feel the satisfaction of a job well done. Feel the gratitude for the income. Feel that. Your job is to be a feeling generator. Your word is your wand. You point it at the feeling you want to experience, and you declare it so. You speak it into existence. I am so grateful now that I am filled with a deep sense of peace. I am so happy now that I am radiant with health and energy. I am so thankful now that I am living in abundance and prosperity. Feel the words as you say them. Let them be not just sounds, but carriers of the very emotion they describe. This is not a lie. This is you telling the truth of your being in advance of the physical evidence. You are aligning yourself with the reality that is already yours in the mind of the infinite. You are tuning your instrument to the frequency of your desire. And once you are on that frequency, you can only receive what is on that station. This is the most important work you can do. It is the work of self-creation. You are not waiting for your ship to come in. You are building the dock. You are becoming the port that the ship is destined to arrive at. And you do this by feeling the joy of the arrival. Now, feel the celebration now. Feel the gratitude now. The outer world has no choice but to eventually reflect back to you what you have already firmly established within. The power of breath as an anchor. Your mind will wander. As you try to do this, old worries will try to come back. This is normal. The anchor you use to stay in this new feeling is your breath. You do not need a special technique. Simply become aware of the natural rhythm of your breathing. Feel the air moving in and out. When a distracting thought comes, acknowledge it, and then gently return your attention to the feeling you want to create and the breath that supports it. The breath is a bridge between the conscious and the subconscious. By focusing on it with a positive intention, you are deepening the program. You are saying, this feeling and this breath are my reality right now. It grounds the practice in your body, making it more than just a thought. The breath is the most powerful tool you have, because it is always with you. It is the constant rhythm of your life. It is the physical manifestation of the spirit moving within you. When you link a new feeling, a new idea to the breath, you are weaving it into the very fabric of your existence. You are making it a part of your autonomic nervous system. The breath is the key that unlocks the door between the mind and the body. A thought alone can be fleeting, but a thought breathed into the body becomes a cellular reality. So as you generate that feeling of peace or confidence or gratitude, you breathe it in. You imagine that with every inhalation, you are drawing in more of that feeling. You are pulling it from the infinite supply of the universe right into the core of your being. You are filling your lungs with it, and from your lungs it enters your bloodstream and travels to every single cell in your body. And with every exhalation, you are releasing any remaining doubt, any fear, any old energy that is not in alignment with this new feeling. You are breathing out the old and breathing in the new. This is a physical act of transformation. It is alchemy. You are using the air, the most basic element of life, to transmute your state of being. When your mind wanders, and it will, because the old patterns are strong, you do not fight it. You do not get frustrated. You simply notice it. You say, there is an old thought. And then, without any judgment, you gently guide your attention back to your breath and the feeling you are cultivating. You use the breath as a homing beacon to bring you back to yourself. This gentle returning is actually more important than never wandering at all. Every time you notice you are off track and you choose to come back, you are strengthening your mental muscle. You are building the power of focus. You are proving to yourself that you are in control, not your random thoughts. This practice of anchoring in the breath makes the entire ritual practical and achievable. It's not some esoteric thing that only gurus on mountaintops can do. It is incredibly simple. You are just lying there breathing and feeling. Anyone can do that. But the simplicity is deceptive, because the effects are profound. The breath is the vehicle that carries your word, your intention, into the deepest levels of your subconscious. It takes the idea from the ether and makes it physical. It brings it down to earth. It roots it in your body. This is crucial because you are not just a mind. You are a body-mind complex. For a change to be real and lasting, it must be embodied. It must be felt in the bones. The breath makes this happen. It is the integrator. So as you prepare for sleep, let your breath become your mantra. You don't need to chant words. The breath itself is the prayer. Each inhale is a receiving of the good you have declared for yourself. Each exhale is a release of all that stands in the way. You are not forcing anything. You are allowing. You are cooperating with a natural process. You are aligning your personal rhythm with the rhythm of the universe. You are tuning yourself to the frequency of creation. And in that state of tuned, breathed in alignment, you fall asleep. You surrender. You let go of the doing and enter into the being. And all night long, your body, your breath, and your subconscious mind work together as one unit, consolidating this new reality, making it your default setting, so that when you wake up, you don't have to try to be peaceful or confident. You just are. It has been breathed into you. It has become who you are. Carry it into sleep. This is the most important part. You must not finish this practice and then pick up your phone to check one last thing. The final thought, the final feeling must be the one you cultivated. As you feel yourself drifting to sleep, let that feeling of calm, focus, or gratitude, or patience be the last thing you are aware of. Surrender to sleep within that atmosphere. It doesn't matter if you feel you were successful at the visualizing or not. The simple act of trying, of setting the intention and focusing on a positive state is enough. It is the direction that matters. You are intentionally choosing the program you wish to run, instead of letting the world choose it for you. This moment of surrender is the point of transfer. You have done your part. You have spoken your word. You have generated the feeling. Now you must hand it over. You must trust that the process is working, even if you can't see it Falling asleep is the ultimate act of faith. You are letting go of control and trusting that the intelligence that governs your heartbeat and your digestion will also govern the unfolding of your good. You are entrusting your seed to the soil. You don't dig it up every hour to see if it's growing. You plant it, you water it, and you let the sun and the earth do their work. Your subconscious mind is that fertile soil. Sleep is the sun and the rain. This is why the final input is so critical. It sets the entire tone for the incubation period. If the last thing you feed your mind is anxiety from the news, then that is what gets incubated all night long. But if the last thing you feed it is a feeling of peace and assurance, then that is what grows in the dark. You are essentially giving your night a job description. You are telling it exactly what to work on. Work on this feeling. Work on this idea. Make this more real for me. And it will. The entire night becomes a healing, reorganizing process that aligns your entire being with your declared intention. You are not just sleeping to rest your body. You are sleeping to evolve your consciousness. You are cooperating with a natural law. As you drift off, hold on to the feeling lightly. Don't grip it tightly. Let it be a soft blanket that you wrap yourself in. Let it be a gentle melody that plays in the background of your mind. The feeling itself will act as a guide, leading you into deeper and more restorative states of sleep. It will filter your dreams. It will reorganize your memories. It will dissolve old fears. You might not remember any of this in the morning, but you will feel the effects. You will wake up with a different energy. You will wake up already in tune with the vibration you set the night before. This is how you become a conscious co-creator of your life, instead of a victim of circumstance. You are no longer going to sleep with the garbage of the day. You are going to sleep with a purpose. You are programming your future while the world is quiet. This is your secret time. This is when the real magic happens. The world is asleep, but your subconscious is awake and incredibly active. It is taking your instruction and going to work. It is connecting dots you didn't even know existed. It is preparing opportunities and solutions that will reveal themselves to you at the perfect time. All you have to do is provide the clear instruction and then get out of the way. You do that by falling asleep in the atmosphere of your desire. You let the feeling be the last thing on your mind. You fall asleep as if your prayer has already been answered. You fall asleep as if you are already the person you want to be. This is the ultimate act of living in the end. It is the ultimate demonstration of faith. And faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Your faith, demonstrated by falling asleep in that feeling, is the substance that gives birth to your new reality. It is the evidence that your mind accepts as truth. So tonight and every night, let your sleep be a continuation of your practice, not an escape from it. Let your bed be an altar where you offer up your old self and wake up renewed. The morning connection. When you wake up, do not grab your phone. Do not immediately let the world in. Lie there for just 60 seconds. Remember the quality you chose the night before. Today, I move with calm focus. Take a deep breath and feel that quality in your body. You are not starting from zero. You are continuing from where you left off. You are reminding your mind of the program it was working on all night. This creates a seamless thread between your night practice and your day. It tells your mind that the work continues, and it powerfully reinforces the new pattern you are building. Those first few moments of wakefulness are incredibly precious. You are emerging from the depths of your subconscious, and the veil between the worlds is still thin. Your mind is fresh, impressionable, and open. What you put into it in those first 60 seconds will set the tone for the entire day. It is the most important minute of your day. Do not give it away to the outside world. Do not let the news or emails or social media hijack your fresh mind with their problems and their chaos. That first minute belongs to you. It is your time to reaffirm your command over your own life. It is your time to seal the work that was done in the night. So you lie there and you reconnect. You don't have to do anything complicated. You simply remember the word. You remember the feeling. You take a deep conscious breath and you feel that quality flooding your body again. You are not trying to create it from scratch. You are simply tapping into the reservoir that was filled overnight. You are reminding yourself of who you decided to be. This act of remembering is a powerful signal to your subconscious. It says, I remember, I am still committed to this. Let's keep going. It tells your mind that the night's work was not a one-time event. It is the new normal. This seamless connection between night and day is what makes the change permanent. It closes the loop. It makes the practice a continuous cycle, rather than isolated events. You wake up and you feel different, because you are different. The neural pathways you strengthened all night are now the most readily available ones. The feeling you generated is now your baseline. You will find yourself naturally responding to events from this new place, without even having to think about it. The traffic jam will happen, but instead of frustration, you might feel a strange calm. A difficult conversation will arise, but instead of anxiety, you might find patience rising up to meet it. This is the evidence that the work is working. It is not that problems disappear. It is that you change, your reactions change. And when your reactions change, your life changes. That 60-second connection in the morning is what anchors the change into your waking life. It brings the magic of the night into the practicality of the day. It is the thread that weaves your new garment of being. Without this thread, the night practice and the day practice become separate, and the old patterns will easily reassert themselves. But with this connection, you are building a new reality one moment at a time. Around the clock, you are living in your chosen state consistently, and consistency is what creates reality. So guard that first minute fiercely. Make it a sacred ritual. Let it be non-negotiable. Before your feet even touch the floor, before you speak to anyone, before you check any device, claim your day, affirm your being, breathe in your intention. Then get up and move through your day with the quiet confidence that you are being supported by a power that worked on your behalf all night long. You are not alone in this. You are cooperating with a force that is for you, and that force is now active in your life because you have consciously chosen to align with it night and day. This is repetition, not perfection. You will not do this perfectly every night. Some nights you will be tired. Some nights you will forget. This is not about a perfect record. It is about the direction of your effort. It is about the repetition of a new pattern. Even if you only manage to do one step, putting the phone away and taking 3 breaths with a clear intention, you have done the ritual. You have shifted the direction. Every single time you choose to do this, you are weakening the old habit of chaotic endings and strengthening the new habit of intentional endings. The cumulative effect of this repetition is what rewires your subconscious over time. It is what changes your default state from anxiety to calm, from lack to abundance. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to be consistent in your intention. It is the direction of your effort that matters, not the distance you cover each night. Some nights you will feel the feeling strongly and easily. Other nights it will feel like you're just going through the motions. Do it anyway. Your subconscious mind receives the intention even if the feeling is faint. It is the constant dripping of water that wears away the stone, not a single deluge. It is the daily walk that takes you across the continent, not a single sprint. This is a gentle process of redirection. It is a loving reprogramming of your own mind. There is no place for self-criticism here. If you miss a night or if you feel you did it poorly, simply begin again the next night. There is no punishment. There is only opportunity. Every night is a new chance to plant a better seed. The law is always working. It is always responding to your dominant thoughts and feelings. So your job is simply to keep aligning yourself with the good you desire, as often as you remember. Over time you will remember more often. The new habit will become stronger than the old habit. It will become automatic. You will find yourself naturally reaching for your phone less. You will find yourself naturally reviewing your day without judgment. You will find the feeling of peace arising more easily. This is the evidence of change. It happens gradually. Then suddenly, one day you will realize that you are different. The things that used to trigger you no longer have the same power. The anxiety that used to be your background noise has been replaced by a quiet hum of assurance. This did not happen because of one perfect night of practice. It happened because of dozens, hundreds of imperfect nights where you chose again and again to point yourself in a new direction. You are building a new neural pathway in your brain. Every time you practice, you are walking down that new path, making it more clear, more defined, easier to walk. The old path is still there, but it becomes overgrown from lack of use. Soon the new path is the default. The new feeling is the normal. This is how all lasting change works. It is not a single event. It is a process. It is a loyal commitment to yourself. It is a promise you make to yourself every night. I will care for my mind. I will choose my thoughts. I will direct my energy. And you keep that promise as best you can, without judgment for the times you forget. The times you remember are what count. The energy of your intention is cumulative. It builds up in your subconscious like compound interest. A small amount invested consistently grows into a fortune. So be patient with yourself. Be kind. This is not a race. It is a journey home to yourself. Every time you choose to put the phone away, you are taking a step home. Every time you release a worry, you are taking a step home. Every time you plant a seed of a better feeling, you are taking a step home. You are already on your way. You have already begun. The fact that you are even trying is proof that the change is already happening within you. Trust the process. Trust the repetition. Keep showing up. Your consistent effort is the proof of your faith. And your faith is the substance of your new life. You are the gardener of your mind. This practice is based on a simple truth. Your mind is a garden. Every night you have a choice. You can let any wind blow in any seed. From the news, from social media, from your worries. And then you will spend your days pulling weeds. Or you can become the gardener. You can carefully choose which seed you plant right before the fertile period of night. You can protect the dead seed from weeds. You can water it with your attention and your breath. And then you can trust it in the silent, dark soil of your subconscious. That seed is growing. You may not see it immediately, but one day you will wake up and find that the fruit of that seed is now a part of your life. The fruit is your new reality. This is the most important decision you make each day. Will you tend your garden, or will you abandon it to the weeds? The role of the gardener is not one of force, but of careful attention and consistent care. You cannot force a seed to grow by pulling on it. You can only create the conditions for growth. Good soil, water, sunlight, and protection from pests. Your mind is the same. You cannot force yourself to be peaceful or abundant through sheer willpower. Willpower is a finite resource that burns out quickly, but you can create the conditions for peace and abundance to grow naturally from within. The soil of your mind is your subconscious beliefs. Every night, with this practice, you are tilling that soil, making it soft and receptive. You are pulling out the weeds of old, limiting beliefs. The thoughts that say, I can't, or I'm not good enough, or it's too hard. You are not fighting these weeds. You are simply noticing them and gently pulling them out by the root, which is your attention. When you stop giving them your attention, they wither and die. Then you plant a new seed. This seed is a word, a single powerful word that contains within it the entire reality you wish to experience. The word peace, the word confidence, the word abundance. You plant this seed, not by repeating it 1,000 times, but by feeling its truth. You close your eyes and you feel what it feels like to already be peaceful, to already be confident, to already be abundant. This feeling is the water that nourishes the seed. Your breath is the sunlight. As you breathe deeply and rhythmically, you are warming the soil, providing the energy for growth. And then you protect the seed. You protect it by refusing to dig it up with doubt. You protect it by not allowing the weeds of the world's opinions to choke it. You go to sleep in the assurance that the seed is already doing what seeds do. It is growing. You don't need to understand how it works. You don't need to know the biology of the plant. You only need to trust the law of growth. A farmer does not stay up all night worrying about his corn. He plants it, he tends it, and he goes to sleep knowing that the same intelligence that designed the seed knows how to make it grow. Your mind is the same. There is an infinite intelligence within you that knows how to take the seed of your word and manifest it into your reality. Your only job is to plant the right seed and to keep the weeds away. This is the gentle art of gardening your mind. It requires patience. You would not plant a seed today and expect fruit tomorrow. You give it time. You check on it each day, not with anxiety, but with happy expectation. You water it each night with your feeling and your breath. And you know with absolute certainty that the harvest is coming. One morning, you will wake up and realize that you are no longer the person who worried about that problem. Without even noticing how it happened, the seed has grown. The fruit is hanging from the branches of your life. People might say you are lucky, but you will know the truth. You are not lucky. You are a good gardener. You have been consciously cooperating with the laws of growth. You have been working in harmony with your own nature. And this is available to everyone. Everyone has a mind. Everyone has the power to choose their seeds. The difference between a garden full of flowers and a plot full of weeds is simply the choice of the gardener. Which will you choose to be? This isn't about magic. It's about mechanics. You are already programming your mind every single night, whether you mean to or not. This ritual is just about taking conscious control of that process. It's about deciding what gets reinforced in the deepest parts of you. It's the simplest, most powerful way to stop fighting against your own subconscious patterns and start working with them, to stop manifesting your worries and start manifesting your desires. It starts the moment you decide the day is over and your mind is your own. There is nothing mystical or strange about this. It is as practical as learning to drive a car. At first, it feels awkward and you have to think about every action, but with repetition, it becomes second nature. You are simply learning to drive your own mind. The mechanism is always running. Your subconscious is always recording, always accepting, always working to manifest your dominant beliefs and feelings. Right now, if you are not doing this practice, it is still working. It is taking whatever you fed it last, the worry, the fear, the anger, the lack, and it is multiplying that. It is bringing you more things to worry about, more things to fear, more reasons to be angry, more experiences of lack. This is not punishment, it is simply the law of the mind. Like a computer, it processes the data it is given. This ritual is the process of taking control of the keyboard and the mouse. You are choosing the data you input. You are deleting the old files that no longer serve you. You are installing new software, the software of peace, of abundance, of joy. It is a mechanical process of repetition. You are creating new neural pathways. You are strengthening certain circuits and allowing others to fade away. This is neuroplasticity, the proven scientific ability of your brain to change itself based on your experiences and your focus. Your nightly practice is a focused experience that directs this change. You are the mechanic of your own mind. You are not waiting for a miracle. You are performing maintenance. You are tuning the engine. You are changing the oil. You are ensuring that the vehicle of your life runs smoothly and takes you where you want to go. The feeling that this is magic comes from the fact that when you change the inner world, the outer world seems to change miraculously. But it is not a miracle, it is cause and effect. You have changed the cause, so the effect must change. It is the most natural thing in the world. When you plant an apple seed, you get an apple tree. It would be a miracle if you got a palm tree. The miracle is the law itself, not your use of it. Your use of it is just common sense. Once you understand how it works, you would be foolish not to use it. You are already using it all the time, but unconsciously, so you are getting results you don't want. This practice brings you into consciousness. It wakes you up to your own power. It shows you that you are not a victim of circumstance. You are the creator of your experience. The circumstances are just the outer reflection of your inner world. Change the inner and the outer must follow. It has to. It is law. So tonight, see yourself not as a seeker of magic, but as a master of mechanics. You are simply operating the machinery of your mind. According to the instruction manual, the instruction manual is this practice. It is simple, it is practical, and it works every time you apply it. You don't need to believe in it for it to work. Any more than you need to believe in gravity to fall down if you trip. You just need to practice it. The results will prove the truth to you. They will show you in the laboratory of your own life that you are the gardener, you are the mechanic, you are the master of your fate, because you are the one who chooses the seeds. If this way of thinking makes sense to you, there's another video you should watch next.